Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Friday. This video, we're looking at the baseball picks, looking at mainly just batter props because we have a bunch of teams with some high totals today. You got a bunch of bad pitchers on the mound. Lots of teams with high totals, so we're going to be looking to attack them. And best part is that a lot of the teams with the high totals are really good offenses in general. Seems like a good day to do some home run parlays, so definitely some of the guys that I have here, I like to hit home runs and run them in those picks as well. Let's get started. As always, if you enjoy the videos, appreciate the like button, subscribe if you have not already. You can check the links in the description. First prop that we're looking at is staying with, we're going to start with Atlanta. They have a 6+ total, 6.2 right now against Luke Weaver and the Cincinnati Reds. Weaver's been terrible this year. ERA is almost 6.5. He's given up already 13 home runs. Bad to both sides of the plate, a little bit worse to righties. So far this year, and the Braves have good history against him. Acuna's batting over 350 in over 10 at-bats against him with a home run. He's going to be the first guy, another guy that's good with stealing bases if he gets on. He can also just hit multiple hits, hit a home run. He just has so much power. Definitely one of the strong candidates for NL MVP this year. Another guy on his team that's done very well against Luke Weaver has been Austin Riley. I'm going to take him over 1.5 bases. He has 2 home runs and 5 at-bats against him. Both hits that he has against Weaver in those 5 at-bats have been home runs. And Weaver's really struggled with the long ball this year. So those are the 2 Braves I like the most. Then I would probably look at Matt Olson. That next team that I like is the team in Coors Field going up against a lefty, and that is the Angels. We have Shohei and Trout's fantasies on here. I'm going to start with Mike Trout because it's a lefty-righty matchup here. Trout always been a little bit more powerful against left-handed pitching. He's always good against righties too, but I'm going to take him over 9.5. Big total for the Angels. I'm going to be looking at them as a home run parlay. Trout in 1, definitely, and then look to some Braves. Another team that I like is the Padres. So you have Tatis at 9.5. Hitter fantasy looks pretty good. You can also take him over 1.5 bases, depending on which you want. I think both are pretty reasonable. The bases, I'm going to look to him instead at just 1.5 because I expect him to probably get an extra base hit, and that would be able to get us at over 1.5. And I do think once they put Manny Machado's props up here, he's definitely a good candidate because we know how good he is against left-handed pitching. So right now we got Acuna over, Riley over, Trout over, and Tatis over. Next team that looks pretty good today is the Rays as well. They're at home against Zach Greinke, and Greinke's been terrible this year. Gives up no strikeout stuff for him, and he gives up a lot of hits and fly balls. And the wind is blowing out if they do have the roof open, which I do expect in Tampa. It's got Yandy Diaz at just 7 fantasy, which looks really good. He's hits in a great part of the batting order. He always gives you RBI opportunities. Hits for a high average, doesn't strike out much. Definitely somebody that at 7 fantasy looks too low. So he is my 5th option. And then if you wanted the final Ray piece that I like here is going to be Randy Arozarena because his number is also pretty decent. He's having just a tremendous season, carrying it over from from last year. He's always been good in the playoffs for them and had a good start to this year as well. It's carried over. And at just 1.5 bases against Greinke. Righty for him, but he literally always has to worry about maybe some strikeouts with him. But now that he's going up against Greinke, who doesn't strike people out, he's going to put the ball in play, and typically when he does that, he's going to do some damage, especially against a poor pitcher with just doesn't throw hard. So Arozarena, Yandy Diaz, 2 Rays that I like. Tatis, love him against the Nats today, against a lefty. Trout against a lefty as well, and then you got the 2 Braves. So looking at hitters and looking at really good hitters to fill out our 6 picks today. Those are the ones I'm looking at. If I was doing a home run parlay today, I would do a couple, but do one with Acuna, Riley, Trout, Tatis, and Arozarena if you want to make it a crazy 5, man. I'm sure you get great odds on those, but definitely split it up. I like to do some 3-mans with the home run picks, but those are the ones I'm looking at. Best of luck today, and I will catch you all next time.